Hey writers, I heard you had a big day yesterday. You started your writing journal. So I'm wondering, if you go back to your journal, how many lines did you write? You might want to count and check. Writing is kind of like being an athlete. We want to keep going and going until we get better and better. You might have had a hard time figuring out something to write. That's okay. It happens to all of us. So, today I'm going to talk about a way that you can use another strategy to figure out something to write about. Today, I want to teach you that writers sometimes think of not just a person, but of a place that matters to them and list story ideas that go with that place, choosing one story to write. Sometimes, instead of listing stories that happened in a place, they map them, and then they write. So, when you're thinking of a place that you want to map, it needs to be a place that you're really familiar with. Can you think of a place that you know really well? I have one. I'm thinking of my backyard when I was a child. So, when I was a kid, we used to play in the backyard all the time. If I was going to make a map, I would think first of the grass that was in my backyard. And remember, this is really quick, so I'm going to draw just a really quick sketch of my grass. And something else that was really cool about my yard when I was little was the trees. We had huge pecan trees. So I'm going to draw those pecan trees. And I'm already thinking of stories I could write about just as I'm drawing. When I'm thinking about those pecan trees, you know what came to mind? Climbing them. So I might write that over to the side just because I might want to write about a small moment story when I was climbing, because I did that a lot with my friends. Another thing we did all the time in my backyard, especially late at night, was we would have these crazy games of hide and seek. So I might also write that because I'm thinking of that also. Something else I did as a kid, because these were pecan trees, was every year my dad and I would go out in my yard and we would collect all the pecans and we would go and we would sell them. So I might want to write about a time that my dad and I collected pecans. So I'm just going to write a few pecans here to help me remember that. The last thing I was thinking of just now was lightning bugs, because, oh my goodness, we had such a good time collecting them when we were little. We used to take the lightning bugs and put them in a jar. So I'm going to write that just to help me remember about the lightning bugs. This gave me so many stories to write about. So, when you're mapping things out on your own map, first I want you to think of that place that you're very familiar with. Then, map. Remember, it's super quick. This shouldn't take you very long. Then, write. That's the main thing we want you to do. And then that'll give you some more ideas for small moments you can write about. So, make sure you don't take the whole time writing out your map. Remember, the main focus is writing. So, today when you're writing, you might want to go back to what you were writing yesterday and finish, because I know sometimes writers don't quite finish the first day. You might want to go back to your strategy you used yesterday and think of a person and start a new story. Or you could map out a special place and think of a small moment story from that. The main point is we want you to write. I hope you have a great day of writing.